Yes, the Federal Reserve. Of course, everyone heard about this. They released the minutes from the July policy meeting today, showing that many of the Fed's members favor tapering this year. So when exactly can we expect the Fed to scale back its bond buying program? And just how will the markets, let's say, overreact to whatever they decide to do?
Joining us now is Larry Hilzenrath, Director of Research at GenSpring. First of all, to the news, anything jump out at you with these meeting minutes?
You know, there's nothing really surprising in here, Liz. The Fed has done a very good job of communicating that it intends to start the tapering of this program this year. I think we can expect to see it probably start in September, if not December at the latest. You know, the notes indicate that they want to have the program largely wound down by mid to late next year. So if they're going to do that, they're going to have to start this year, and the market shouldn't be that surprised by that.
The market should not be surprised, but Larry, where do you put your money? We've never experienced this kind of thing before. Do you just wait? Should you be going into equities now, or do you wait to see how it all plays out? It's uncharted territory.
Well, you know, I don't think that people should be making too many changes based on trying to guess what the Fed is going to do, exactly what month they're going to do it. The indication that the Fed is winding down the program, it means the economy is on a lot better footing than it was a year ago. But as I said the last time I was on this program, the Feds, they sort of have to wind this program down. The budget deficit is much smaller than they originally thought it was going to be back when they put this program together a year ago. And so their program is right now, it's too big. And so they don't want to cause disruptions in the market. They've done a great job helping this market to navigate back over the past 4 years. And they're gonna wind this down. They're going to do it slowly. They're still going to remain accommodative because they're not going to, you know, try to bring interest rates up too much. They're going to remain accommodative.
Let me push you on something. They have brought the markets back, but they haven't brought the economy back. Just look at our GDP. 4 years into this thing, and 2.5 years, 3 years into quantitative easing of all different forms, we went from a balance sheet over at the Fed of $800 billion to now $3+ trillion, and all we can eke out is 1.7%. That is measly. What happens? Do you think that they will believe that sometime between now and September, we will have an opportunity to even shave just a bit off the bond buying program?
Well, you know, I would say right now the Fed is really operating on their own. They've done as much as they can do. They have said all along this is going to take a combination of monetary policy and fiscal policy. Lately, they haven't got a whole lot of help from the federal government. You know, we were in sequester mode this year. We're probably going to come up with another debate about the debt ceiling when Congress comes back in September. And so monetary policy right now is the only game in town, and it can only do so much.
Larry, you talk about the only game in town. You know, Mr. Bernanke on his way out, but he used to chastise and scold Congress for not getting the fiscal house in order. Does the Fed watch the debt picture in the federal government, or do they just kind of leave that to politics?
I know they absolutely watch it. And everything that they do, as far as when they come up with a program like this, where they're purchasing treasuries, that, of course, has got to be coordinated with the Treasury. They got to know how much issuance there's going to be so they can know how much of the market they can expect that they're going to be buying up. So they very closely have to pay attention to what's going on with the budget. They have to pay attention to how much bond issuance there is. But they've said over and over, if you don't have strong fiscal policy, which sometimes mean you gotta have stimulus sometimes, which, you know, we had a big program back in 2009 that lasted for a couple of years. The economy is barely above stall speed. We're at 1.5%, 2%, and without the fiscal help needed in there, it's going to stall. It's going to stay that way. So the Fed is really doing all they can, but they can't do everything.
Well, they can't, and we'll see what happens if people gyrate into some horrible spasm of fear once the tapering begins. It's great to see you, Larry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Liz and Adam.
Larry Hilzenrath.